good morrow, good afternoon, good day, good evening, good whatever to you wrestling fans. And fans of Loose Trunks, I hope, if you're not a fan of Loose Trunk, you can subscribe. There's that plug for the day. But yes, hello. To quite frankly, my green screen, because the illusion is gone after the SummerSlam debacle. There's just no point in lying to you now about my manner. So instead, I'm just going to put whatever the hell I like there. And in this case, I'm just going to put repeated images of Alexa Bliss on the back wall. Wilkie would be proud. No Mercy has been and gone. In fact, this video is a bit late. I was meant to do a review video as quickly as possible after No Mercy, but I'm a working man. I work a day job, I have you know. So I can't just stay up in the UK till the stupid hours of the morning watching wrestling. As much as I would love to. I can't. It's not possible. Someone's got to do the fucking review videos. All right, here it is. Here is the review video of No Mercy and what happened. First off is Elias versus Apollo Crews, where Elias won. As per usual, I did not watch it, therefore I do not care, so let's move on! Kicking off the events was the Intercontinental Champion The Miz versus Jason Jordan, with The Miz putting on the Intercontinental Championship on the line against Jason Jordan. This was a good match. I actually quite enjoyed it. I think Jordan is kind of coming into his own now. He's still very much just, hello, I'm Kurt Angle's son and I'm really good. I'm a good guy. You need to like me. I was like, wee. A lot of the crowd reacted like that, which, you know, I don't blame him, because he's a bit vanilla, really, isn't he? There's not much to Jason Jordan other than he's Kurt Angle's son, and he's a very good wrestler because he's Kurt Angle's son. But yeah, I mean, like I say, the match was good. I'm glad The Miz won. I am eager to see where The Miz goes from now, which by the looks of things is a program with a potential reunion of The Shield. If you watched Raw, spoiler alert! Not that, you know, you should really care about spoilers, because by the time this goes out, it would have been several days after Raw, so if you see in the spoilers now, it's your own goddamn fault. But yes, The Miz won. Did I say The Miz to win? I did say The Miz to win, so 1 to me! And I said Elias to win, so 2 to me! 2! Up next was Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. I got this one wrong. Finn won, which would naturally mean that this is the end of their program. But as we saw in Raw, it's not. They're carrying on. I don't know why. He's beaten them twice now. Twice. Like, definitively. And they're carrying on. I don't know. I've got no words. But yeah, again, good match. I preferred the SummerSlam match. I'm just crap at reviewing at the minute. Like, I've got not much else to say. It was good. It was alright. Yay! The Raw Tag Team Championship match between Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Sheamus Cesaro, where Cesaro obliterated his teeth. Like, straight up obliterated them. He now needs surgery. He had to have them pulled down from his gum. That's what shocked me the most when I found that out. Like, I thought he'd lost his teeth. No, they're just shoved up into his mouth. Pulled back down. He's now going to have up surgery to have them removed and put implants in. Damn! And the guy carried on with the match. Like, that must have killed. So yeah, big props to Cesaro there. Bravo, sir. Well done. You are a good lad. The match itself, again, after their very, very successful SummerSlam match, it was to be expected that this was going to be a barnstormer, which is exactly what it was. I am a little bit about towards the end of the match where Cesaro and Sheamus did that massive double team move where you hit, it was White Noise, I believe, with the bomb of Seth Rollins onto Dean Ambrose. I feel like that should have ended the match if you're going to use such a move, because it was huge. So yeah, a little bit iffy on in terms of realism there. I mean, we'll get to realism later with a particular match, which but other than that, I really enjoyed it. I'm more than happy to see more. By the looks of things, we're not going to see more because Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, as I mentioned earlier, look like they're going to be doing some sort of reunion. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. But yeah, solid. And did I get it right? I think I got it right. I'm going to go if I got it right. I don't know. I should have really watched my predictions video before doing this video. I can't remember. I've got too much to do. God's sake. The Raw Women's Championship match between Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Emma. This was a hell of a lot better than I expected it to be. I'm going to go out there and say it was my favourite match of the night. Nia Jax looked like an absolute beast. By far got the loudest reactions of the whole match with what she was doing, and it was just a thoroughly entertaining match. I think it's the best women's match they've done on the main roster, because normally whenever they do these multi-women matches just to get as many faces in as possible, it just turns into one big clusterfuck. But no, this was very entertaining. My favourite match of the night. Alexa Bliss coming out on top. You had a few moments with Bayley and Sasha where they were like at each other, which they seem to have followed up on Raw slightly. They haven't followed up on Nia Jax's momentum from that match apparently, because she just kind of did nothing on Raw. And Alexa Bliss is now moving on into what should be a steamy rivalry with Mickie James. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, good match. Loved it. I got it right again. I'm doing well on the predictions today, may I say. SummerSlam, I got shit tons wrong. No Mercy. Big up your boy. I'm never saying that again. Up next, we had one of the 2 scheduled main events, or so-called main events. Thought that made it sound really bad. They were main event caliber. I'm not saying they shouldn't have been. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. I don't know, this didn't really hit the right notes for me. I mean, I know the crowd were into it by the end of it, and they had some big moments, but that's all it really felt like to me. It felt like a match that didn't quite hit the right beat for the majority of it, and then they just had some big moments at the end to make up for that. It didn't really have a consistent flow. I think, we at Loose Trunks, we don't like Reigns, but my personal biggest problem with Reigns is that I always feel like I'm seeing the same stuff from him. I know John Cena was commented on a lot about having the 5 moves of doom. I swear, it's like Cena these days doesn't really have 5 moves of doom for me. He's quite versatile. Reigns really does have moves of doom. Like he brings out the punch freaking all the time. And it seems to be all he can do. He can do clotheslines into the corner, Superman punches, drop kicks on the edge of the ring, and a spear, and that seems to be his moveset. Like, quite literally. I'm not even thinking like big moves. I mean, that is literally what he can do in the ring. So yeah, I wasn't into it. I thought the big spots were great. This is my problem. Roman Reigns kicked out of 4 FUs. Sorry, attitude adjustments. 4. 2 of them at the same, like one after the other, kicked out. And it's just, come on. And then Cena, like, granted he had a spear through the table as well, but then a second spear, gone. It's just, it's the whole, they're doing it again, the whole Super Cena thing. The reason why people turned on Cena so much is because he was treated like superhuman, like to an insane level. And they're doing the same with Reigns. Superhuman Reigns. What I hope, because I do hope that in the long term they're going to do this reunion with the Shield. You know what I want to happen? I want them to go on the run with their back as the Shield and they're doing their thing, and then Reigns hits both of them, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, with a steel chair, and they do this same angle that Seth Rollins turned, except Roman Reigns is doing it. That will be sweet. It's never going to happen because they love to buttfuck Reigns. On another note as well, Cena, I love the fact that the crowd chanted "Thank you, Cena" at the end. A lot of respect. I think he's earned it more than so. Proper workhorse. I've always said it. I very much think the boos for Cena now and the John Cena sucks chants are very much because it's fun to do it, not because people genuinely think he sucks, unlike Reigns, where many people genuinely think he sucks. So yeah, love Cena. I hope he doesn't go away too much, because he's done some good stuff over the last few years especially. So yeah, that got a bit serious, didn't it? Moving on to some idiots, or one in particular idiot. It's the match we've all been looking forward to. It's Enzo Amore versus Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship in the result that I could not call, but when I think about it, maybe I should have called it based on it's how it seems that Enzo Amore has brought more eyes to 205 Live, so it makes sense for him to win the Cruiserweight Championship. Spoilers, yes, he won the Cruiserweight Championship off of Neville via a low blow. At the time, it made no sense. Why would you get a good guy to win via a very dastardly move, and so obviously, with Graves shitting all over him? But the next night on Raw clarified that with what seems to be a double turn. With Enzo extremely cocky and more unlikable, more obviously unlikable than he's ever been in that one Raw segment. In terms of the match itself, there's not much that I remember from it, if I'm honest, other than the main moment at the end where he kicks him in the balls and wins the title. Like, I've got nothing much else to say. I think it's good from a story perspective. I think it's good for 205 Live that they're going with this angle now, where Enzo is potentially a bad guy. At the time, I thought it was a kick in the balls to the Cruiserweights, and I said it on the prediction videos that it was a kick in the balls to the Cruiserweights, but they're turning that into a storyline in itself, that the Cruiserweights are pissed off. Can't really complain with that, can you? It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I got it wrong, but who cares? Fucking wrestling. Finally, the limp, damp squid of a match between Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. That's a bit harsh. It was a hard-hitting match, but my God, did it limp out. One F5, really? It was like the Samoa Joe match. Like, Samoa Joe dominates most of it and then gets taken out by an F5. Exact same thing happened to Braun Strowman, except it's Braun Strowman. One F5. Really? Really? I'm doing a Miz here. Really? Yeah, it's another one of those where it's a realism thing. Like with some matches I've spoken about, it's that they're stretching realism, Reigns in particular. With Braun Strowman, they've stretched realism with him so much to the point where it doesn't seem like realism to have him fall to 105, if that makes sense. I don't know. Am I making sense? I'm practically talking bullshit here. But that's how I feel. Like, you build the guy so strong, he really gets taken out by one move. Like, that just doesn't seem right to me. Granted, next night on Raw, Braun Strowman's kind of revived himself with that massive attack on the History Maker. And then he had a great match with Dean Ambrose as well, and had a solid win there, so that kind of recovers him a bit. I think it's a shame with Lesnar, just because it's a bit obvious that he's going to be off for a few months now. So there you go, more Raw without the main title on the show, which is a good thing that they've built up the Intercontinental Championship so well, but still, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth. That's it. That was Raw. I got that one wrong as well, by the way. I said Braun because I was freaking mental. But there you go. That's it. That was No Mercy. Hell in a Cell is up next for SmackDown. You can expect a predictions video from me for Hell in a Cell, and then you'll either get a review from me that is also several days late, or you'll get Loose Trunks 10. So that's it. That's been it. That's been fun. I've been Adam Skolfield. This has been my my collection of Alexa Bliss memorabilia. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. And we love you, Rowdy Haslam. Good night.